So I want to give people a little example. It's just a short clip of one of the many tasks that we use in our brain endurance training program. And in this task, participants are going to have two possible responses, one left and one right. And you're going to just take your index finger of your dominant hand and use that to make the responses. And the task here is to press whichever of the left or right button, whichever button indicates the direction that the arrow, which appears on the screen, is pointing. You have to ignore where on the screen that arrow is appearing. And that's the catch here. So when we see an arrow point on the left side of the screen, we automatically have this kind of binding together of our visual perception and our response tendency. And we want to automatically respond left when it's on the left and right when it's on the right. But to do this task correctly, you have to inhibit that automatic tendency to respond and respond instead based on the direction the arrow is pointing, which is a much more high-level kind of decision that you have to make. And the reason we're asking people to do this is because in a race, you have to, on occasion, suppress those automatic tendencies to respond in a particular way and override those with your cognitive functions, or executive functions as we call them. So let's take a look at this task, and you all can play along and see how it goes. Left, right, 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 left. I don't know if you could hear it at all. I've done all of these tasks. We have many of them, multitude of times, and yet there's still that little hesitation when the correct answer is right, for example, because the arrow is pointing right, but the arrow is appearing on the left of the screen. Through training, we get better at that. We improve that efficiency. And by pairing this task with your physical training, so that we're asking to do these tasks when you're already physically fatigued, we can start to build that kind of fatigue resistance in these systems so that they perform better when you need them in the heat of a race.